Oh, no way. Arrest in Long Island, Gilgo Beach killings depicted in Lost Girls. What? Wait, what? This Airbnb is so pretty. Nola, don't jump on me. As soon as I turn the camera on. This Airbnb is not literary fiction, reading, just fun and horrifying at the same time. It's gonna be a trip, I think. Hi everyone, it's me, Jess. I'm here with a reading vlog. I wasn't entirely sure that I was going to do a reading vlog, but here we are. So we just arrived at the Airbnb where I'm staying with Granola. I brought Granola with me. I left my older dog at home. So for beginners, I thought I'd take you on a little tour, and then I thought we could check my polls and see what books I'm going to read for this reading vlog. This Airbnb is so pretty. I am in an area called Whitefield in Maine, and it's actually Amish, which I didn't realize until I got here. Anyway, we're gonna start by taking a look at the river, which is just running along the side of the cottage, and then I'll bring you in to show you the cottage and we'll check and see what people voted for. I'm so excited. I didn't think I was gonna do a reading vlog, but here we are. Right, Nola? Let's go. Come, buddy. Come on. Let's go. So, this is just this wooded area in behind the cottage, and there's just this river running by. I think it's actually a really important, river because I think there's a dam, and I just noticed a billboard up ahead explaining the history of the dam, which I'm going to definitely check out. And I think this is, I'm not sure what this river is called. I'll have to figure that out. We just got here, so I'm just getting oriented. Hey, buddy. Should we go upstairs first, or no, we'll do downstairs first. So I'm just gonna speak over the camera while I give you the tour. Okay, so when you walk in, there are stairs going up. There's a beautiful hallway with a nice window, and this place is quite large. And then when you walk in, you have this living room area. As you can see, I already have books sort of spread out everywhere, and it's really nicely decorated. And then you walk into the kitchen. Please ignore this mess over here. That's just me getting set up. Granola trying to get at my stuff. Always trying to get at my stuff. Cute little laundry room. Guess that's not very exciting. Nola's little setup for his food. And then this is the dining room, which I don't really know if we're going to be using. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be using this dining room, but check out all these books. I'm going to have to check out the library. They seem to be a Airbnb of book lovers and map lovers. Look at these maps. These are so cool. These are old maps of Maine, and there's some over here too. So neat, so nice. I love the way that this place is decorated. It's really cool. Yeah, like here's another cute touch in the dining room. I don't see these guys. Aren't they cool? And then I forgot to show you in the kitchen, actually. The decor in the kitchen is killing me. Look at this. Oh my God, I love this so much. It's so cute. Look at that. Well, like I always have to book a place where it's dog friendly, and you can tell that this place is dog friendly. Okay, and then there's more. This is so cute and cozy. You know, you've got a table there to play games. They left a bunch of games. There's a little writing nook. And then there's this cute sort of a sunroom where you can sit out and read or take a nap if you want. That's where we started. It's just so cute in here. There's the bathroom, and downstairs bathroom has a shower. Super cute. And then there's a back stairs. Into this one, which is really, I think, finally, this is really a space for, so nice. See these books, gonna have to check those out. Hey bud. And then you can see the river out the window. Isn't that nice? So pretty. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a space for a lot of people to come and stay. This hallway, I guess we should turn on maybe the other hallway light just to be able to see. I love these beautiful quilts. Oh my gosh, this place is so nice. So yeah, that's coming from the room that we were just in. Another beautiful map, Date of Maine map. So cool. And now there's a bath. Look at this bathroom. Oh my gosh. Look at this bathtub. I'm dying. Am I gonna take a bath in that bathtub? Maybe. I might just take a bath in this bathtub. Right, Noli? Yes, and then this is the master. Already sat in here and started getting acquainted with one of my books. This is the master bedroom. So nice. There you go. So nice. Leads into the hallway here. It's huge. It's quite large. I guess that's what you get when you, that's the big secret. Come to Maine, don't tell anybody. So look at these gorgeous quilts up here. They're so pretty. Anyway, now we're going back down to the main level again. And that is the tour, everybody. Now I have to prop you up on something so I can talk to you. I have to check the stats and see where we are, because I don't know what I'm reading while I'm here. I don't know what's gonna happen while we're here. Let me see where do I put my phone? So this really is like a beautiful old country cottage. A cottage. This is a beautiful old cottage. It's beautifully decorated. I feel a little bit like it's quite beautiful and quite grown up. It's making me feel very grown up to be here. But I'm hoping to enjoy my time on vacation. And I wanted to check my polls. I had an Instagram poll and I asked everybody on YouTube. So if you're not following me yet on Instagram, go for it. What are you waiting for? My username is stalkingkafka if you want to follow me, and I'll leave the link. The link is always there on my socials. The Instagram story poll that I did is telling me, well, for those of you who didn't see the poll, the choice was between The Setup by Lizzie Dent, which is a romance, and The Lost Girls by Robert Kolker, which is a true crime story about girls going missing in Long Island around 2009. 2010? I talked about both of these in my TBR. Look at this, you guys. Look. Like 50-50. Even Instagram people can't decide for me. I can't decide. The audience can't decide. Not that that many people voted, but still, I'm going to check the community on YouTube because I'm sure more people participated in that because they tend to. Okay, so there's 25 votes and 72% voted for Lost Girls and 28% voted for The Setup. So that's the result of that poll. Oh, okay. Huh. The comment is I chose option 1 because of what is going on here on Long Island, New York. Weird. Okay. Oh, no way. Arrest in Long Island, Gilgo Beach killings depicted in Lost Girls. What? Wait, what? Huh. I don't want to read it because I don't want to ruin the experience of reading the book. So it looks like we're reading Lost Girls. And the other book that I got to read while I'm here for sure is Sunshine Nails, which I've already started, which actually have a book club meeting while I'm here about Sunshine Nails. I'm definitely reading that while I'm here. And I mean, if the progress is really good, maybe I'll start The Setup. And that way, you know, we have three good kind of light, not that true crime is light, but in the spirit of Garb August, trash light. And this area is supposed to be really nice. I have a friend who has been here a few times up in this area, and she sent me some recommendations. A little town called Wiscasset and another town called Damariscotta. And then apparently there's a really nice gallery in Rockland. So these are all kind of about half an hour away from where I am. So I'll probably do a few things while I'm here, and I'm gonna hang out with my pup. I'm gonna start reading Lost Girls, and I'll check in with you in the morning because I gotta unpack, I gotta go get some groceries, I definitely need to get coffee, and I will check in with you guys in the morning. Welcome to the vlog. Hi everyone, good morning. Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry, Nola's got a squeaky toy and I'm a little bit, the sun is coming at me, so I'm a bit of a glare in the glasses. Oh boy, you guys. Okay, I'll have to take that away from you. You guys, he's gonna squeak. Sorry. For everyone who has a dog out there, I'm very sorry about the squeaky noises. Oh my gosh, this book is crazy. Okay, this is a little washed out. I hope you guys can see me okay. Oh my gosh, this book. This book is crazy. Wow. It's really well researched. So Robert Kolker, the National Magazine Award finalist and recipient of the John Jay College of Criminal Justice Harry Frank Guggenheim Award for Excellence in Criminal Justice Reporting. So I've never heard of him before, but this book is really, really well researched. And it's a really interesting telling of the story of these girls. And the title kind of says it all. Like the first part of the book, well, how should I introduce this to you? It's a story about some girls working in escort service in the sex industry. And the way that the book is structured, I hope you can see despite the sunlight, there are the names of the girls in the first part, and then there are their working names in the second part. And I'm just here at around page 100. So the first part gives us really the backstory of these girls, and a lot of them are coming from the foster care system, or they're coming from families of coming out of poverty. Some of them are coming from single mothers. Some of them are coming from situations where there were custody fights and not pleasant ones, and they're coming from parents who were addicted or alcoholic, and one girl in particular was raped when she was really young. So they're coming from really tough circumstances, which isn't a shock, I guess. It's really humanizing to read their backstories. So there are five girls whose stories are told: Maureen, Melissa, Shannon, Megan, and Amber. And the opening of the book starts out, it really grips you right away and sucks you right in, because the first part of the book is about Shannon knocking on people's doors on Long Island and trying to get help. And later on, 7 months later, there's the discovery of 4 bodies. They uncovered the bodies of 4 women in the bramble on the side of Ocean Parkway on Gilgo Beach, which is the place that's in the news where they've made this discovery. And it's very dramatic, the opening part of the book, the prologue to the book. And then they say they thought at least one of them had to be Shannon, but they were wrong. There were these other girls whose stories are also being told through the writing of this book. So one of the really interesting things about the way that what the author is investigating in this book is the way the girls are using Craigslist to connect with Johns and to get business. So it's super interesting because that is a marker of a shift from having had the protection of pimps and also the control of pimps. So with Craigslist, the girls were able to take more agency of their business, but they also lost this protection. So in the prologue, it says, there is a story our culture tells about people like them. A conventional way of thinking about how young girls fall into a life of prostitution. But that story in the internet age is quickly becoming outmoded. Shannon, Maureen, Melissa, Megan, and Amber took part in a modern age of prostitution in which clients are lured with a simple tap of a computer keyboard rather than the exhausting, demeaning ritual of walking the streets. The method is easier, seductively so, almost like an ATM. Post an ad, and the phone rings seconds later, but also deceptive about its dangers. They each made the decision to have sex for money for intensely personal reasons. And there's more exploration of this later in the book. As I'm reading about the girls, it's a little bit confusing because they have their working names and they have their birth names. So that part I'm finding a little bit confusing. But it's really cool the way he has it set up because he also shows where they came from. So there's a map, and each chapter shows the connections between the girls and how they all ended up here in Oak Beach. And also it has, like, for example, this chapter has Maureen and then her working name Marie. Or no, actually I think she connects with Marie. It's a little bit confusing, that part, but how they end up all in Oak Beach. And then in the section that I just read, it's really interesting because it is about the first girl who disappears, Maureen. And it's just talking again about the shift to Craigslist. Sorry, the dog is making a lot of noise. It says, in the few years since the website had caught on, Craigslist had done more to delegitimize the age-old system of pimps and escorts than a platoon of police officers could. Why sign on with a pimp when it was so easy to take a picture and let a guy call you? Way easier than walking the streets and looking for a guy and then trying to convince him and then waiting forever at the ATM while he tried to sober up enough to remember his PIN. With Craigslist, Johns came to you, and you didn't have to share the money with anybody. It goes on to say that one of Melissa's friends, Kritzia, says she's not going to use Craigslist because she was scared. So there's this dark side of using Craigslist as well that's highlighted. It goes on to say the streets weren't easy, but you could see a guy first. You couldn't get to know him well, but at least you could make a snap judgment, look in his eyes, check out his clothes, see his cash, and assess his body language. So important, right? For their security. As far as Kritzia was concerned with Craigslist, you were completely in the dark. Every time you met a client was another roll of the dice, with only a few seconds on the phone to suggest if the person was for real, not a cop, not a crook, not a psycho. So the danger is really, the buildup and the danger is really emphasized in the way that he's presenting this, as well as obviously the social conditions, the social system. I'm just at the end of the chapter about Melissa, and it's just at the point where she disappears, and her family is trying to find her, and they know that something's gone wrong, but she hasn't come back from Long Island, and they know that she took a call in Long Island. And the cops, of course, are not taking them seriously. They're not investigating. They basically say, the Buffalo police said as much to the family's attorney, Stephen Cohen, she's a hooker, they told him. They weren't going to assign a detective to someone like this. And then at the end of this chapter, which I just came to, Amanda, Melissa's sister, the phone rings and she thinks it's Melissa because it's Melissa's phone. And at the end of the line is a man's voice and it says, "Oh, this isn't Melissa." Ah! So that's where I am. It's a nervous laugh. It's not a haha funny laugh. It's a nervous laugh. So that's where I am, and I'm obsessed. I'm like eating this up. These poor women. I want to know what happened to them and how this happened. I've talked for a long time, I think, so I'll leave it there. There's some other interesting things in the book about the girls. They're definitely morally gray characters, these girls. Some of them are addicted to drugs like heroin, and there's also a section where they talk about how they steal from the Johns and rip people off. So definitely a lifestyle. The life. And actually, just to read you one more quote about that, Kritzia sort of says this at one point. She says, "That was the worst paradox of the life. You had to be strong enough to work hard and long in order to convince so many men to part with their money, but weak enough to be there in the first place." So it's really appropriate, this idea of lost girls. And all of the parents are poor. One of the girls' mothers had a job at Burger King while she was pregnant. Like, these are very low paying jobs that don't offer much of a future. So it's definitely, we have this issue being presented as it's a class issue as well. Still. So yeah, that's Lost Girls. Amazing. It's reminding me that I want to read more nonfiction. And Sunshine Nails I started, and actually Sunshine Nails has been a really nice surprise, a good antidote to the heaviness of Lost Girls. Sunshine Nails is pretty fun. It's actually got a romance in it. Jessica's brother Dustin in the first 75 pages of the book it's really cute. He's got a crush on a girl at his work named Mackenzie. And his parents are throwing a party, and he run into her at the grocery store and invites her to his parents' party, and they're kind of falling for each other, which is super cute. He works for one of these startup companies that measures your body's responses or something and tries to make your life better as a result. It's a little strange, but not unbelievable. And each person kind of has their own chapter. So Debbie is the mom. It's told from each of the different characters' perspectives. So we have Debbie and Phil, the parents who own the nail salon, and Dustin, the son, and Jessica, the daughter. So Jessica's come back from LA. She's just gone through a breakup, and she's come back from LA, and the two parents clearly work extremely hard, but are very proud of their work in their nail salon. And the whole storyline is that there's this chain coming and opening up across the street called 1 to 10. And I think their tagline is take your nails from 1 to 10. And it's like this very bougie kind of nail salon chain from New York City that's expanding to Toronto, obviously threatening their business. So yeah, it's really good so far. It's actually quite a lot better than I was anticipating. So I'm really enjoying it. And my nails match, guys. Look, my nails match. Look, isn't that cute? I thought that was pretty cute. Okay, so today we're gonna, I've already been talking for so long. Today we're gonna go into Damariscotta and another little town called Wiscasset, and hopefully take a walk along the water and just check stuff out. Should be fun. I'll take you guys along. Hopefully my battery's charged. Let's go.
Looking for a light I've never known. Will it be out in the wilderness or will it be homegrown? One more night with the dead. I've been spending more time with them than the living. And if you're just the company that you keep, I'll stay where I am for eternity. Well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know, but give me just a little taste, 'cause I need something to hold on to. I need more.
Hi everyone, I'm in Damariscotta, which is this super cute little town. I have Nola with me. Nola, say hi. Say hi. And of course the first thing I found was a bookstore. So I did ask them permission if I could film, and they said yes. So we're gonna go in to Maine Coast Bookshop and take a look around. Yay!
Just looking up. It's just a symptom of a heart filled down. 'Cause when I start looking in, I can't tell the end from the beginning. Well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know, but give me just a little taste. I need something to hold on to. I need more than just a window with a view.
Hello! So it's the next day after having been into Damariscotta. I had trouble saying the name of that town. And I realized that I have my book club meeting, so I wanted to give you an update on my reading. I was up really late last night reading Lost Girls and kind of creeping myself out a little bit, I must admit. There were lots of noises. Nola was barking a lot. So not a lot of sleep and quite a lot of reading. I'm about 270 pages into the book now. The story has shifted to this area of Long Island and this journalist's research into what happened to all of the women, but in particular to what happened to Shannon, because Shannon is like a missing person. And her mom has gotten very heavily involved in raising awareness of her case. So there's a lot of discussion about how there's not very much awareness of the case. and in particular how people don't care because these women were prostitutes. There's been like other bodies were found on this beach, Gilgo Beach. We're delving into the community of people who, in the very opening scene, I said there was a scene where Shannon was knocking on people's doors and trying to get help. And it seemed like she was being pursued by someone. So now we're getting into whose house did she run from? Who was he? What doors did she knock on? Who were these people? What did they do to help her, if anything? Who was the last person to see her? And there's a man, a doctor, well, I think he's like he's got a medical background, but he also is kind of turning out to have maybe a sketchy background as well. And I'm sorry about the squeaking. Yeah, so there's this character, Dr. Hackett, what a name, hey, who seems to be kind of suspicious, and he denies this, but people are saying that he was the last person to see Shannon alive, and that he runs a home for wayward girls, and he had taken her in that night, but that she had left with her driver, and the driver is under suspicion. So it's getting into kind of the investigation part of the case where I am in the book. And I think it's unsolved, so I'm not sure where it's going to go after that. There was also a chapter devoted to the families and about how the families kind of came together actually as a group to try to raise awareness about the case because it wasn't being taken seriously. So that's kind of where I am with Lost Girls. I realized that I have my book club meeting tonight for Sunshine Nails, so I'm going to go ahead and really get into it because I'm not quite halfway through Sunshine Nails and I've got to finish the book for tonight. Where I am in the book is that Jessica, who was originally looking for a job in Toronto when she came back, has realized that because, and I think I got the name of the nail salon wrong in my in the other section, the earlier section of this video, the new chain nail place, the bougie nail place is called Top 10, I think. So the nail place that's opening up across the way is called Take 10, and it's very bougie in the sense that it's like there are no massage chairs at this new salon. There are no TV screens there's no karaoke songs. There's no music station on or K-drama on in the background. So it's very much like a fancy nail place, and they're having their opening and they've invited them. And Jessica realizes that she needs to help her parents with the salon, and that's what she should be spending her time doing. So yeah, I really got to get reading because my book club meeting is tonight. Gosh, you guys, what is this? Like, you go on vacation and then you get sick. So yeah, I have a sore throat and a cold. I'm not feeling very well. So please excuse the appearance and the sniffles. Today is my last day here, and I realized that I didn't update you on what I did when I went into Damariscotta and visited those. I visited 2 really nice bookstores, but I think I'm going to talk about the books that I got in my book haul because I've been planning to film a book haul for a while, so I'm going to leave that separate. But in the meantime, I did want to show you these cute socks that I got. Look at that, that's so cute. I love them. They're adorable. I'm trying to decide whether to keep them for myself or give them as a gift. Anyway, we shall see. So yes, So I had my book club meeting last night, and we talked about Sunshine Nails. Everybody really liked this book. And I think that a lot of people really just liked that it was set in Toronto, because a lot of us have lived in Toronto at various points, and some of the members of my book club group live there still. So that was fun, and we kind of all agreed that although it was light, it was very much a story about gentrification because of this bougie chain of nail boutiques, like boutique-y nail salons coming in and pushing out the long-time family-run small businesses. There were a couple of strange twists in this story that I think were, that we all kind of agreed were, especially there's one really big thing that happens at the end of the story, which I won't reveal, that we all kind of agreed was a little odd. We weren't sure that the author needed to do that. But most of what we enjoyed about it was that it was a good light read that was able to deliver some important messages about second generation immigrants versus first generation immigrants, and communities and families, and what's happening with big tech coming in to these areas and converting buildings. I won't get too much into the story, but it's quite good. I would recommend if you're looking for something like that. And just that the ending is a little, we all agree that the ending just kind of threw us off a little bit, except for I think one member of the group who was fine with the ending. We all thought the characters were really well developed. And I think it's a little bit misleading, because initially I thought the story was going to be mostly about Jessica, but the story really is about the entire family and what they go through, and kind of the things that the lengths that people will go to when they're under pressure and when their livelihood is under threat is also explored in this book. So there's definitely lots to think about, and there was lots to talk about in the book club. So, and as a debut novel, I think it really was a lot more, it impressed me a lot more. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was going to be, which is probably unfair. You should never judge books before you read them, clearly. I would say the writing is a little spotty in parts, but it is a debut novel, so it's forgiven. So yeah, that's Sunshine Nails. And then, oh my goodness, this is just the sad, harrowing story of Lost Girls. Oh my goodness, I haven't looked up the news update. I'm not sure whether to end the vlog here. I guess I will end the vlog here. I'm going to Burlington today as a stop off before I get back home to Montreal, so I might film a little bit of my visit to Burlington. I'm sure I'm going to check out the bookstore there. I've forgotten the name of it, but I think it's like Blackbird Books or something like that. Maybe I'll include some footage of that. It's raining today, but it's really supposed to be nice tomorrow. So, and I'll be in Burlington tomorrow. So that's kind of an update on the rest of the vlog. I don't want to give a lot of spoilers if people are planning to read this book, but it's just, I think what's really obvious about this story is that basically Marie, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, it's spelled M-A-R-I, Marie, I think, Marie, is Shannon's mom, and she pushed so hard the police, and like she raised public awareness about her daughter's case, because her daughter was missing for so long, and it was quite mysterious, the circumstances of how she went missing. And for a long time she was treated, oh, your daughter was on drugs, and she probably ran into the marsh and you know, couldn't find her way back out, and just died due to the elements and natural circumstances, which is kind of what police often turn to when they can't solve the case. I've heard of other cases like that as well. But in this particular instance, the police clearly failed Shannon and failed her family, and this community kept a lot of secrets. So again, I don't want to reveal the results just in case people want to discover it for themselves. Yeah, it's just a really sad story, and a really well written investigative book if you're interested in true crime. Like, he really goes out there, interviews everybody, collects evidence. Like, probably the results, whatever the break in the case is now, probably wouldn't have come or wouldn't have been pursued if the book hadn't been written. So I think investigative journalists are really serving society in a very specific way. So I think that's just also important to note. I wish there was more support for investigative journalism, because there are a lot of cases that go uninvestigated. There are a lot of cases that don't get investigated because there's no one to investigate them, and there's no one interested in pursuing them. So yes, this was really, really, really good. I recommend it if it's the kind of thing that you're interested in, but it's really sad. It's really sad. And Mary sort of has a surprising fate in the end, the mom, which I also won't reveal, but it's just all very, very kind of upsetting and sad. Just the way that all of society had really failed these girls. And they were girls. They were young. They needed guidance. Guidance sounds really condescending. Our society has just really failed this group of people in general. So I think that's made really clear by the book as well. So I guess I am ending the vlog off here. I never managed to start reading the setup, especially because I got sick, but I might start it tonight, and I'm going to try to read it in August before I end up going back to school. I really do want to read it. I really enjoyed her last book. So I guess I'm signing off. Oh, I was going to take a look at the books that they have here. Maybe we'll do that. Hey everyone, still not feeling very well, but I thought it would be kind of fun to check out the books that are here with you and Nola. Some of them are not the best. I guess they're trying to cater to a range of different readers. Let's see, we have Jack Kerouac's On the Road. Never read it. We also have Anne Rice Lasher. Also never read it. We have Julia Child's My Life in France. Very good book. Have read it. Oh, we have Ian McEwan's Atonement. It's kind of funny, that came up in our book club last night and people didn't like it. I haven't read it. I don't know, I've never read any Ian McEwan. We have 3 Cups of Tea. We all know that was a scam. We also have Insurgent. Never read it. What else do we have? Oh, we have Their Eyes Were Watching God, which I've never read, which I would love to read. If I was staying here longer, I would have done a vlog where I read some of these books. And that would have been one of them for sure. This one, Summer. This is a great, really nice graphic novel. I remember my daughter really enjoying it when she was a bit younger. What else? We have Steve Martin's biography. That's kind of it that I would be interested in. Anyway, just thought it would be fun to check out the books here. That's it, guys. That's it for me. I'm off. I'm hitting the road, heading home. Hope you've enjoyed the vlog, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Never going to be able to find my phone in this place. That's the other thing. I'm never going to be able to find my phone in this house. I hope I'm not making you guys dizzy, because I'm walking around a lot. I bet you it's in the kitchen. Do you not bark? Nola, my protector. I think I'm gonna read the book. Okay, I'll read the update as soon as I read the book. That's crazy. That's weird. Oh, that's like kind of creepy and weird, but also